gonna
Then
say
maybe a little bit of
honestly,
perfume. Let them hustle
if
on
I'm at
stage.
a concert like
Hold
that,
on,
I'm
hold on. We off up in here. Hold on. We Charlemagne, we live, God damn it. All right.
what?
I said we live.
Look,
Shit.
so now I'm
You
at
should let us
the
know.
concert
What's
for
up,
the weekend's
Texas?
concert.
Hey, we ever been here, man? No strings,
Off to throw 'em on stage.
no strings attached. Right now, Naomi talking about throwing her damn panties on stage at concerts. This shit is crazy right now. This is the
For the
pre-show shit.
weekend, not just at concert.
I don't know. That's not the way. That's not the way I'm gonna tell the story.
Any panties? Any damn panties?
You dig?
In your damn panties. That's gonna be Mo standing next to me after I throw them.
Yeah, man. Listen, I don't know what the hell's going on right now, but hey, man, let's get to it. It's Wednesday night. It's no strings. We off up in here. You dig? Man. It's a lot of shit going on. I'm tired. I've been up all goddamn night, looking at the goddamn news. My eyes hurt and shit. But we here for y'all. We gonna make it do what it do tonight, man. Y'all know how we give it up. We talk about relationships and the culture. Shit, man. We're gonna allow everybody tonight to do their thing, express themselves in their most organic state. Clearly, Naomi throwing panties on stage. Do you, boo? And we gonna get it popping. You did. We gonna get it popping. Y'all jump in that chat, make it liver than what it was. And let's get it, man. You see the title of the shit tonight, man. We taking it there. Sex, drugs, and politics. God damn it. That's what we talking about tonight. Sex, drugs, and politics.
The shit that politicians love.
You dig. Sex, drugs, and politics. We gonna get to it tonight, man. But before we jump into everything, we got people kicking it with us. Lionel, what's popping tonight, man?
What up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the show. I hope y'all got y'all's whatever y'all need. Y'all with it and y'all ready. Let's get it cracking. Let's chop it up.
Yeah, man. We got Naomi throwing the panties.
What's up, y'all? Happy No Strings Day. Smoke some with me. Match.
You dig. And we got Sister Mo up in here.
What's up, y'all? Happy Hump Day. We almost to the end of the week. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all are doing okay out there. I know niggas is stressed or whatever, but we here to alleviate some of that. Hopefully.
You dig. Make sure y'all fuck with us online, man. You see the Twitter up on there, man, at _no strings, Instagram _no strings. Fuck with us over there. Also in the podcast section of iTunes. Get them old joints. You can fuck with us up over there, man, in them archives. You dig. Yeah, man, just keep supporting the movement, man. We got some cool shit coming. I'm working on, man. Shout out to my man Malcolm out there, dog. If you watching in, tuning in right now, shout out to him. We cooking up some shit right now. To try to make everything live than what it already was. Let me make sure we sounding good. Hold on, let me check the stream real quick. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, we sound good. We sound good. We look good. All right, man. So the election, the shit's still going on.
Still going on.
Yeah, has there ever been an election this long?
You know what's making it different is that
The mail-in.
yeah, all the mail-in and the
Yeah.
early voting, like it was just the increased number than what it usually is, and they can't start counting those votes until right before election day or on election day. So that's
like,
what's causing the delay.
more people voting in this election on top of this new mail-in system. Like,
Yeah, because they were saying that Biden has the most votes like out of a president ever. 70 million he's
Yeah,
at right
so-
now. So that many people has never voted for a single candidate. Crazy.
that's not surprising. People were motherfucking bullying bitches to vote. Like, you can
And then
I'm
like
a
You know that there was like a need for change all around because when literally every single application on my phone is notifying me
Yeah,
to
every
vote,
app.
nigga, like
literally
like, my
all the
phone is dry now.
commercials.
People say my
every
phone dry now because
company-
the Democrats ain't hitting me no more.
bruh,
Like the Democrats didn't do what
get this
they
motherfucker out the office. That's what everybody's saying. I said, damn,
basically.
that's powerful as fuck. Like,
And what's crazy is that even with all that push for people to vote and with all these people voting, all these motherfuckers still voted for Trump. Like, Biden's at 70 million, but Trump's at like 68 million.
Because that's what's surprising for me is how well Biden actually did. Because when I'm just out in the streets and I'm moving, I'm seeing so many motherfucking caravans and so many Trump supporters and Trump flags. Like I went camping this past weekend, like in the middle of fucking nowhere, and just like on the way out there, I saw billboards for Trump, like giant flags for Trump, like the support was.
No saying.
So I was surprised to see like Biden doing so well. Like that's good to see.
But no, I think it's just that the Trump supporters are like freaking crazy. Like they on some cold shit. Like
They are.
that shit is heavy for them.
They
Like okay, because I voted for Biden, but I just ain't out here. Like no, this thing is not my religion. Like I just fucking live here. I just fucking live here, and I didn't want Trump fucking on my shit no more.
But it's because they on some other shit. They like are waving that flag because they trying to let niggas know like, they want somebody to try it. Because they are with the gunplay and like they are with that shit for real. And like they feel like they could do that shit and get away with it, which they really probably could. Or like do it and get.
They really can. That's why, man.
So that's why
all
it's
my
like,
black people, go ahead and get you a gun.
Yeah,
go ahead, strap up. If you already got a gun, get you another one. I got to go get me another one.
Flag was getting like harassed by like some Trump supporters because like they had the BLM flag in their like. The back window of their car. So like I was thinking about that. If I didn't have like a son, I so would, but I have to be like aware of like if I'm doing this, then I would potentially be a target. And I have my son, so it's dumb to do that.
No,
but like they were really fucking with her and targeting her, but like they don't feel like they have to worry about that. Like they can have their Trump flag and like they're not gonna be worried about one of us coming to like unless you're in Portland because they're with that shit. But like in reality, in other places, like you don't have to worry about like Biden motherfucker coming up with a Biden face mask on, snatching your shit. Like that's crazy. But like for Trump supporters, that's such the reality, and like, yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy to me that a political party is versus a civil protest. Like that shit to me is just mind blowing. Like the fact of the matter is that Trump supporters are versus like Black Lives Matter, but it was never even a movement to be against Trump supporters like that. It was a movement for us. Like, and the fact is that that's the first thing that they're looking for. Fuck Black Lives Matter. Fuck this. And I'm like, I just don't understand how it is that y'all are literally showing what it is that y'all believe in and what y'all feel is right and wrong. Like, and that's just sad as fuck to me. Like, the fact that this is our reality still, bro. Like,
but it's okay. It's like good came from this a little bit because, like, whatever, like higher power, God, source, whatever. Like there's always just good in every situation, in my opinion. So like, even though Trump is a wild fucking card, he's a little thrown off, a little like incompetent. He's a lot of shit, to be honest. But at the end of the day, like I feel like him coming into presidency like shed light on a lot of stuff.
A lot of shit.
It brought like unity for us.
It ignited a lot of shit.
We were able to link the fuck up, and like a lot of younger generations got tapped the fuck into like politics and how serious it is. And so, like, a lot of good, and, like, because we'll be able to move forward on a stronger foot now that we've had this experience. Like, okay, we can't go back there. And we got to be serious.
Literally.
So, like, on the bright side, it's like, I feel like we'll be able to soup up in that way.
And what you said about the younger voters, like, I feel like it definitely rallied them. Like, because for us, like, when we were 18, I voted, when I was 18, I voted for Obama. It was his election, 2012. It was the 2012 election. It was my first time able to vote. So, like, I wasn't even really into fucking politics. I wasn't paying attention to any of that shit. Like, I didn't really care. Like, I voted for Obama because, that's my mama who voted for. He black. Okay. Like, boom, this is his second term. Okay.
Like, at that point, like, black people
literally, I moved off of that. Like, even into adulthood, I wasn't too much paying attention to shit. But, man, nigga, you get a motherfucking president like Trump, nigga, you gotta be tapped in to what the fuck, man. Trump did enough bad to me to where I would vote that nigga out. Like,
yeah.
Nigga, I got kicked off Medicaid. I got kicked off food stamps in his administration. Lost my goddamn food stamps. Nigga, lost people to Corona. Like, nah.
Yeah, bro. That's the big thing for us. So many people, like, died. Like, wow.
Not bad, man.
Kids up in cages. Like, there are so many parents and kids who are separated. And, like, I think it's easy for us to, like, scroll by that shit. But I just cannot even imagine, like, my child being taken away from me and me having no idea where he is. And they tell me, oh, well, we don't know where your son is. And, like, and these children are young. Like, they're all types of ages. Like, that shit is evil and it's fucked up. And
it is evil. It's a real.
And that's why people be like, well, Joe Biden's not gonna be that. Like, he's not gonna be doing shit like that at the end of the day. Like, it's so much fucked up shit that has happened.
It's crazy too is I saw that video where that guy was just like, he was just listing off different stuff. I don't know if y'all saw it on Twitter, but he was like, this guy locked people up in cages and he was doing this, that, and that, and but he doesn't say who he's talking about. And it was just like,
damn.
No, the first thing that, comes to mind for me anyway was like Trump, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, damn, like he was listening to quite a few things that he was doing. He was like, and before you think that I'm talking about Trump, or before y'all even think y'all know who I'm talking about, I'm actually talking about Hitler. And I was like, damn, like, really helps you put it into perspective, because he was just listing off different things that Trump was doing and has been doing, and like didn't even mention a name. And it was kind of like to get a reaction out of Trump.
To make you see.
Man, you sit here trying to bash his name, but before y'all sit here and say that I'm talking about Trump, I'm not. And it's just like, damn, like, yeah, that right there was for me. I was like, damn, fuck, like y'all absolutely right. Like, we gotta get this bitch out of the fucking office, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we absolutely have to. I mean, America at the end of the day is gonna still be fucked up in ways, but like, I'm definitely gonna probably pay more attention to like local officials now, to where it's like, I'm voting within my community, within my state, my county, shit like that, because that too, with fucking Greg Abbott, his dumbass too, we gotta get him out of here, bro.
I've been trying to get him out.
And realize that I've been fighting for Wendy Davis and like anybody else, but like realizing that like our elected officials also vote for our president and elect him as well. Like on the other side, there's two sides to a coin. There's us, and then there's our elected officials with the electoral vote. So like us voting them in place is still literally directly voting for who our overall leader is going to be as well still. So you would have to vote top to bottom.
For real, top to bottom. I'm like, because we're picking our DAs. We're picking all those judges. Like, look, I'm not going to lie. When I was in the ballot, I had my phone, because, there's like a little voting guide they do for your county each year, each election cycle. And it tells you, like, it'll tell you all the candidates that are running. They'll tell you, like, key points. I had that shit like a cheat sheet. Like, I was in that bitch, like, I was taking a test. Like,
it feels like
voting. I'm like, making sure. I'm like, and they got their pictures, so when you vote in black, I'm like, man, like.
Oh, yeah. See, I needed that too, for real.
No, but then some white lady was like, you can't be on your phone. I'm like, I think you're lying. But okay.
Bro, it really feels like a test environment. Like, back to fuck up.
I mean, that's what they say. You can't be on
my phone is my vote.
I know, but I was on it for so long. It literally took them like 15, 20 minutes. Because I was in that bitch. I went in there like 6:30. I left at 7:50 something.
Damn.
I was in that bitch. Look it up. I'm like, y'all gonna have to show me.
Hey, I need, y'all bear with me out there if you're listening, man.
It was so fast. I looked up just the local place, and it was really down, like, around the corner, literally, at the middle school. And I just pulled up an hour before time, and I was like, damn, this hole is really deserted. There's nobody even in there.
The voting system is kind of dated, though. Like, it's kind of...
I wanted it to be touch screen so bad.
I know, that's
touch screen.
Some people do have touch screens. Some places do have.
Oh, mine wasn't touch screen.
But that's
mine is still the little.
And then they put the paper in there for the ballot, and then whenever you do all your selections, it prints it, and then you submit your ballot at the end. That's how mine was. I never done an electronic system like that.
All right, man, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yo. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
I was trying to fix the audio. If y'all listening, man. I know, bear with me, man. I'm trying to fix the audio. I think it's, I don't know. I got to fix the shit after the show. Something happened with the audio from the Zoom, but we'll get it figured out as long as they can hear y'all a little bit. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us, man, bearing with us. Y'all jump in here, man. Tell us what y'all think about the election so far, everything that's going on. Let me throw this out there to y'all. I am a political geek, right, when it comes to this shit. Somebody said the show sounds fine. All right, well, nigga, you should have put that in the chat. So I ain't got to do all this goddamn running around. Shit.
Well, you just told them what you're doing.
You're just walking around doing shit. Don't nobody know what you're doing.
Well, I need niggas to...
Please excuse him. He's been working. Take a drink, bro.
Like,
yeah, niggas see me running around. Tell me shit. They got me running around.
Mo.
All right, but hold on. Okay, so here's what I want to tell y'all. I don't know if anybody else caught this, but drugs were on the ballot a lot in different states. And when I say drugs, I do mean drugs. Here's what I mean.
No, Oregon, that shit wild.
Here's what I mean. So in Arizona, New Jersey, and South Dakota, they all legalize recreational marijuana. So if you in Arizona, Jersey, or South Dakota, you can get it popping with the recreational.
Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all.
In D.C., they decriminalize psychedelics. So if you a guy, I guess like mushrooms, shit like that, right? You can get it popping in D.C. And then to your point, Naomi, Oregon, they decriminalize small amounts of drugs. Now,
They're talking about hard.
No, I seen heroin and meth was on the list.
Yes.
I was like,
they decriminalized
Okay.
small amounts of drugs. So I didn't dig into it too deep, so I don't know exactly what they're. I'm guessing it's a sliding scale depending on what drug of choice you're into. But
yeah, and probably the size and
Yeah.
like as long as it's not overweight, because weed is decriminalized in Houston, and it's like you can have up to 4 ounces on your person
yeah,
without going to jail. All you'll get is a citation, and you have to do a drug class if it's your first offense.
listen,
But yeah, so up to 4 ounces you can have in Houston. So it's decriminalized. So shout out to us. That's why I know we gonna be the first one to go to legal.
There's nothing wrong with decriminalization. We should have never been criminalized in the first place. That's the bottom line. But at the end of the day, we're not gonna start decriminalizing other shit in the name of let's decriminalize weed. That's crazy. Like heroin.
No,
meth.
but okay.
Like,
So
that's-
what I
I think the same is ridiculous.
a take I saw on Twitter was saying
You can
that
have a little bit.
they're realizing that like drug addiction problem is like something that needs to be treated with rehab instead of being like just into prison. Like, so they're basically just trying to shift the focus of how we deal with addiction. And I could get that for sure. I'm like, okay, yeah, because people can't have an addiction problem. But yeah, so that's definitely why it would have to be decriminalized. I don't know if that shit should ever just be legal. Like as far as the hard drugs and shit.
yeah. I don't want.
Decriminalized.
But then you gotta look at the whole thing. Like, why wouldn't you be able to send them to this rehabilitational center anyway? Like, why wouldn't does that mean that it's fucked up and like we should do something about it? Then you gotta you really gotta look at shit at that point because that's just a little weird. So like, dude, that's giving like a different kind of a green pass. Or that's
See,
gonna
but I
affect
think it would still be the
society
same
as well.
thing. Like for us having weed, like it would have to be on your first offense. Like you don't have no like criminal charges on your shit already. Like if you hard drugs, you done probably fucking got into some shit. So you probably wouldn't be eligible for some shit like that. But I think it's just
With the intention of like we're trying to gear towards rehab. I mean, okay. But like I was thinking, like what would the intention be to like decriminalize like meth or anything like that?
I don't
Listen,
know. I actually
yeah.
seen somebody's perspective online where they were just talking about that Oregon is basically a white state, so that's the reason why they're so open to decriminalizing those types of drugs because
Right.
of a wider
those are
population.
white people drugs.
They're trying to keep them from having to be locked up. They're trying to get them into rehab centers and we'll be able to do this on the third for you. Because honestly, if it's in a state where it's majorly black communities, they're not gonna do that shit, bro. They're not
No
gonna
shit like that.
they're
Yeah.
not gonna decriminalize shit like that. So I mean, that was something, like I said, it was a perspective I seen. As far as all the facts, I didn't go deep into it, but
Right.
it makes sense.
But goddamn, no, I don't want. Listen, this is just my perspective. I don't want. I don't know if I want to live in a state, and I don't right now. But I don't want to live in a state where a nigga can get caught with a little crack, and
Right. You could.
But I'm like, if them niggas gonna be smoke crack, they gonna be smoke crack wherever.
Honestly, I
And that's why I'm just like,
Oregon
too, but
ever,
maybe that's
so-
just a stigma I have because like they were saying like addiction.
But at
is an
least that
choice.
read about it. Just do this, then we're gonna have the crackheads out here wild free, young, wild and free, and that's like not what we need. At least with this shit that we have in place now, they be discreet and they trying to like lay low and then like move in a certain kind of way. When you pass this kind of a thing, it's gonna be a whole new society. You're gonna have just drug heads like it's just gonna be weird. It's gonna be I don't think it's worth it at all. That would be such
yeah, like nigga, it's crack. You know what I'm saying? Crack, meth, like Jesus Christ, like nigga, no. You got to go to jail, mama. I'm
this
sorry.
sounds like a dystopia. It sounds like
we gotta. I know,
Bro,
but
like, what the fuck is America? I really fucking hate it here.
what you got? How much? What you got? You just got 3 crack rocks? Go ahead, man. It's all good. It's all love. Go
Okay,
ahead.
you're good to go.
Yeah, don't worry
You're good
about
to
it.
go. Just be safe out here. Like,
Yeah,
shit.
slow down. Yeah, just slow down. You know what I'm saying? Slow down
Hey,
wherever you
slow
going.
down.
This shit. No, sir.
Like my
Oh, my
nigga, you can't do crack, dog.
Because
Like,
that's the type of shit that people really have, like, they get sick if they not
Yes.
continuing habit. So that's like, that's some real life drug. That's hard drugs. Like, shit, like,
yeah.
damn.
Like you full blown at that point,
And
pimp.
like I said, I hate that they sit and try to categorize marijuana with those hard drugs.
With
too.
that stuff.
Bro, that shit is literally not even close to what that shit is. Like, at all. Like, goddamn. this is our society and how they brainwash the people in the past, and now we're barely getting to the point where weed is like seen as not as harmless, and it can be, oh, it's actually beneficial, and
Yeah.
that.
I mean, listen, I've seen people who smoke weed every day, and I've also seen people who unfortunately do crack and heroin. It is totally different. It is totally fucking different, nigga. But yeah, man. So drugs won heavy on the ballots that it was on this election cycle. Someone unfortunately, we lost Naomi. What name? Oh, Naomi got to get them kids off live.
He's reprimanding us.
Somebody who unfortunately, I don't know, maybe I don't know what the expectations were, but somebody who didn't do well this election season was one Kanye West. Again, I don't know what the expectations were for Ye this election season. I don't know if God told him that he would get an X amount of votes, but
no, he would be on the ballot, honestly.
You said he what?
He was excited to be on the ballot at all.
He made the ballot. He did make the ballot. I give him that.
Yeah, so that's what like 2020 was about.
And he got they said he got about 60.
I was surprised to see it on there.
He got about 60,000 votes nationally. I'm not sure what the expectation was, but he got 60,000 votes amongst the 12 states that he was on the ballot. The highest total coming from, I've had it here somewhere, so I'm looking for, in Tennessee. In Tennessee, he actually got over 10,000 votes.
What?
Fucking Mo said what?
In Tennessee specifically.
Yeah, in Tennessee. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what happened in Tennessee, but yeah, in Tennessee he got over 10,000 votes. He did well. Well, he did well. His highest totals were I don't know what to say. His highest totals were in Tennessee. His second highest total was in Minnesota. He had right at 6,800 votes. In Kentucky, he had 6,200 votes.
These are just some boring states. Some niggas is boring.
They were just like, hey, you know what I'm finna do? I'm gonna vote for Kanye, nigga.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Everybody else vote for Trump and vote for Kanye.
Right.
So yeah, man.
I would have so voted for him if I felt like he had a serious chance, and like if this was not such a serious election where he really didn't have a chance. Then it's just pointless at that point.
It's just bad timing in his.
It's pointless.
Yeah, Courtney Jackson.
No, not now, please, just not now.
Courtney Jackson in the chat said that. He said that was.
First time.
In the chat, they said that was 60,000 wasted votes. I don't know if it was wasted. They had their opinions and their vote counted and heard. Maybe it was something on Kanye's agenda that they fucked with. You dig? So they did their thing, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them.
That shit was wasted. Because if you didn't have enough to be in the running, my nigga, y'all wasted y'all shit. I'm sorry.
Well, you don't know unless you vote. You don't know if you had enough to be in the running. It could have been more people out there.
It's dope though that he was on the ballot. When you just think of outside of everything that's happening, like literally, like wow, this is my favorite artist. Wow, he was literally on the presidential ballot. That's fucking crazy.
I don't know. I feel like there needs to be some sort of like restriction for people because I don't like.
No, that's the thing. Because I realized that when I was a kid, that like wow, when I was going through like U.S. history in like 5th grade and like learning like the requirements to be president, like you got to be this age, you got to live in America for this long, you got to be a senator for this. Like I was like, I mean, not even that, but I was like, wow, this is it.
I'm just saying for celebrities. I feel like I think of it this way. Whenever I'm thinking about first of all, the fact that Trump was even elected into office, like this nigga was basically a celebrity prior to being in office. And I sit and I think about, what if I wasn't from the United States? Like other countries outside looking at us like, damn, we just letting dumbass famous people in the office. And it's just like, I don't know. That's personal for me. That's just personal for me. Like, I feel like we need to have some sort of restrictions to where it's like, if you in the public eye, there needs to be more research being done, especially because all the shit that was coming out about Trump. Now, granted, there is every president that shit comes out about, and this, this and the third, people trying to trash their name, but like, bro, like, I really don't think that he had any business in in office at all.
He didn't have no business.
He really
Hilarious.
didn't.
No fucking business. Just listen to the
But
lady
that's the
fucking
part
talk.
of America.
Like,
Because when that's the thing about America, though, is that anybody could be anything here.
and see, we
Like,
need to stop
that's
that
the
shit.
whole
We need
thing
to
of
stop
it.
with all the everybody can do it because honestly, the days were better when people were being rejected. It builds character. You know what I'm saying? It really.
But that's the thing. He never really was rejected. He's always been a powerful ass person. He's always been extremely respected. He's always had his foot on somebody's neck. He's always had carried weight. Name ring bells. Like he's not new to this shit. He's always been powerful as fuck, apparently. So that's the thing. Like, yeah, intelligence is like very much important and powerful, and like wisdom and like respect, all that shit, honor. But at the end of the day, we can't overlook like this. Just goes to show it's not always what you know; it's who you know and power, like your influence. Can you get somebody to do like? Because this goes to show that like it's.
I
That's
mean,
like,
yeah, I understand exactly where you're coming from. I just think
It's like,
that,
and you know,
I just personally think that it's sad that we look to so many different things besides like what it is that we actually want out of whoever it is that's going to be in the office. It's all a popularity game at this point in time. Like everything, not even just this shit. Like everything.
somebody wanted that money.
Niggas
A
are
lot of
famous
people wanted that.
because
People wanted
fuck
Trump
with them,
in
but
office.
they're not
Look at
doing
his
shit.
power. Look at his influence. People wanted him. There is a person that he speaks to. He has a following of very big. The thing is, we did not do a diligent job in putting someone else that is actual diligent and powerful up against him. That is actual respectable, like commendable against him. So we were putting a Hillary that nobody fucks with. We're putting I can say Sleepy Joe. Like I don't know if I'm saying that. Like we're not putting like if we would have had Bernie Sanders up there, we would have gotten a lot further as a country, in my opinion. But like it's just that's the thing. We're not putting nobody that's
They
actually
weren't having
wrong.
Bernie Sanders.
Nobody. But
We wanted Bernie Sanders.
But I can
He was a
respect that.
25-year-old black man.
Because I was just looking at what we had like given what we had. But that's the thing. We don't have any real options. And there's people that really follow and support and fuck with Trump, and that was like made so clear 2 elections in a row. So like that's the thing. It would just have to be someone that's diligent and like powerful, influential as well, but intelligent as well, and like presidential. Because he has the. How would you take him down otherwise? Because he has the power and the following.
They
So you have
literally
to
only
think like
fuck
that.
with Trump because he racist, and he shows who they are truly as
They are
white
racist.
people.
This is racist.
And it's all about
The
white
house of racism.
supremacy.
This is the house of racism. This is it.
Fucking Naomi. Naomi, they
Knock
just.
on the door. They say, "Oh, are you black or white? What do you do?" Like this is that. So like, of course, he speaks to a person. Like he speaks to half the country. There's our half, and then there's another half. So then we got to be diligent and like, okay, who's representing us? Who's speaking for us? Who is talking for us? Otherwise, we're gonna be pissed the fuck off and like left with just like the shreds and scraping and scrambling for any old thing at that point.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of it
I'd
comes
rather
down.
be in a good place where I can just ignore whoever is in presidency, just like I ignored
Agreed.
Obama. Like, okay, like, you know, it didn't really too much affect me, anything. He was, you know, like, it was cool. Like, I could just go about life like normal. Like, I shouldn't have to hear about no fucked
Yeah,
up
but we
shit.
can
The president's doing every
That's
2
great.
days.
That was we did that
Every
for
2
so
days
long.
for 4 years.
We were able to do that for so long, but I feel like this shows us that we need to have intention in terms of like who are we
Yeah, I guess so.
electing and putting up in these positions because they are doing that. And then the people, when they get somebody up there, he's moving, he getting that bitch executive order after executive order. I'm speaking for my people. This is how we come in. Like we have to have that same kind of energy on our end, otherwise we lose.
Not facts.
Yeah, a lot of it comes down to cult of personality. With a lot of this shit right now in politics, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the people that are Trump supporters aren't necessarily down with the Republicans like that, right? They fuck with Trump.
Right.
So that's something for the Republican Party they're gonna have to deal with moving forward. Is who is the person that's going to kind of take up that mantle from Trump? Because I don't know if they have a person out there with that type of personality that they can kind of carry the ball moving forward. But I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie. It was a movie that
He's playing chess though. He's putting people in places. If you like, why
Who?
he's really like,
what we talking about? What people?
like Trump, like
Who?
he's like, huh?
Who? What people?
What?
You said he's putting people
I
in
mean, I
place.
don't know people's names, but look at the people that he's like removed from the Senate, the chairs that he's like removed, the people that have actually stepped down, and who he's replaced those chairs with.
But yeah,
and
but that's
how
what I'm.
conservative their views are.
But see,
how-
that's what I'm. But that's
how
what I'm.
far
But that's what I
they
mean
are.
though. But that's what I mean though. Who is
Yeah.
the? Like those people are basically.
He's playing chess. In my
Those-
opinion. He's really. That's what I'm saying. We have to be just as diligent and not just throwing any old thing.
Nah, I don't know if he's playing. I wouldn't give him enough credit to say he's playing chess, but I think that he does do. He did something that
The
Obama.
Republican Party has. They've been down and lost and getting their ass whooped for the past as long as I've been like aware of this like shit, and like now they're like souped up, in my opinion. So that's why I think that.
No, see what
not
you.
lost
I
there
think.
on the
I
side.
think. I think what you have to look at though is he's doing what Obama didn't do. When you talk about the executive orders, Obama didn't necessarily. A lot of people feel like he didn't go far enough with the quote unquote power he did have, right? The homie Trump, on the other hand, you give him an inch, shit, he taking the whole fucking mile, and he on some like, yo, fuck it, I'm the president. You dig? This is how it's gonna be. So
No, facts. And I hate that Obama wasn't like that either. But I feel like it would have been a whole nother situation. Because executive orders, and I think Trump is setting a precedent just with that. Just like signing executive orders. Because, nigga, that was not something like when you learn about that shit in history and political science, that was not no shit that a president was supposed to be taking lightly. Like, he was not supposed to be just signing whatever the fuck he felt like it's a law.
And we were like, what the fuck? Like, wait. Like, hold on. Wait.
Like, can he do this? Yes,
Yeah,
he
like,
can
stop
do
pushing
this.
that button.
But usually, yeah.
I wish Netflix puts the movie. I don't know if it's on Netflix, but they should put it. They
But
say,
they got
well,
somebody that's doing a hook for them, like a really good hook.
Net-
Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, we gotta have somebody that's gonna be able to bob and then throw a motherfucking
Okay, but did y'all see?
go ahead.
Did y'all see that Diddy was talking about doing creating a black party?
Yeah,
I can't remember if he called it the Black Party
I saw
or what it was called.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
But I'm like, that would be great,
Bro,
especially
yeah.
if he's putting the money forward, because I feel like we could find so many people who work around, like, who we could build up to be whoever we want to have in politics.
yeah.
For sure.
It's a movie though with Eddie Murphy in it. It's called The Distinguished Gentleman. I wish they would put it up on Netflix if y'all haven't seen it. It's an older movie. It's from like the maybe late 80s, early 90s. And the premise of the movie is that he runs, I believe, for Senate. And he ends up winning, right? He's just like a hustler, right? But what happens is his name is like the same name as some senator that had been in the Senate for years and years and years, and he ended up dying, right? So he ran his campaign with no pictures of himself, just with the name, and his slogan was "the name you know," right? And so it showed how like most people, when it comes to specifically like local politics, they really don't pay attention. You just know a name that you've always seen. You know what I'm saying? You see the name Castro if you're in San Antonio, and you just like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. If you in Houston, you see the name Sheila Jackson Lee, and you just, oh, okay, well, fuck, you know what I'm saying? It's just you just have known these names for so many years. So it's a really cool movie showing how like he was able to play that political system and how it would have been so good for like this political season to have that movie come out, but you know, whatever. My man Courtney Jackson in the
But
chat.
when you said that, I thought you were going to say Head of State. That's my favorite
Hilarious.
politic movie.
I thought I told you that. We won't stop. I thought I told you that. Hilarious. No, Courtney Jackson said that he said, "I promise that idiot isn't playing chess. At best, he's playing Foursquare." Hilarious, by the way. I ain't played Foursquare in a long time, nigga. I used to be nice at Foursquare.
I ain't in a minute.
I would
Nigga.
agree to the
I used to have that
point
spin, nigga.
where
Shit.
had they not actually had a lot of people put in place Republicans that are gonna actually cause conflict when Democrats want to push anything forward.
Did y'all play double tap in Foursquare though?
That's not
Could you like
Foursquare,
tap it up to
sure.
yourself and then hit it? Or?
You was cheating.
Oh, I'm saying some people played it where like you can like double tap, like you can like tap it and hit it. You know what I'm saying? Some
They
people just hit.
simplified the
No, we
game.
athletes.
That's how my ass was in school.
Nigga, I was getting it in on that Foursquare. I'm hitting it straight for the corners, nigga.
I
I'm
remember
getting
they
it
used
in.
to have it on the blacktop at Candlewood.
Yeah.
They used to have-
Yeah, I was at Candlewood playing Foursquare.
Yeah, literally just
What did they
elementary
get called?
is what I can think about.
Everybody would be racing on the side with them little lanes. Nigga, that shit was
Oh
fun.
my! That was athletic at school for real. Like recess was just like hustling. Cheers.
Hey, where you
Wait,
at?
Y'all niggas ain't taking shots. Hold on, I'm sipping.
It's shot o'clock, y'all. If you playing along at home, we on this Jose Cuervo
God damn it.
Hey.
tonight on my neck and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, we waiting for Nevada. God damn it.
Man, that's crazy. There's still no precedent.
But no, in 2000 that shit was wild in 2000.
Oh, because they needed to do a recount in Florida, right?
which is a big ass state, and they just, that shit was crazy because George Bush was running, but his brother was the governor of Florida at the time, who was overseeing the recount.
Oh,
That
wow.
shit, that shit was crazy.
Wow.
That shit was
I'm
nuts.
like,
What's
see,
his
I
brother's
didn't know all
name?
that.
I'm saying, bro, this is, I can't.
What's his brother's? His brother ran for president.
Yeah, his name is Jeb Bush.
Yeah, his brother is such a floozy.
Yeah.
Well, in my opinion, they all are.
Yeah, I actually thought that his son, which is George W. Bush's nephew, I thought that he might run for president. I can't remember. I can't think of his name, but it's obviously his last name Bush. But he's half Bush, but his mom is Hispanic, and I was like, well, shit, this nigga white and Hispanic, and he's a Republican, and he's a Bush. I'm like, shit, that might be game time for you niggas. You dig? I'm like, that might.
Yeah.
He might be.
I seen somebody say on Twitter, they was like, boy, the Chuck E. Cheese ticket eater would have counted the ballots faster than this shit.
Hilarious.
Nah, for real.
I was up.
That whole be
I would have knew by yesterday afternoon.
Oh, let me put.
right before
people-
even the voting was done.
I don't want people to
Almost about
trip
get your
out.
finger to it.
I just put this up in the background. I just.
that first one that you be like, okay.
I know Nas be scared. He didn't even try.
They're not giving out tickets right now because of Corona. Chuck E. Cheese is back open though. I went.
Damn.
They put it on the.
But they're not giving out tickets. And I was
They
like,
putting them on the card like your digital ticket
Yeah.
point.
Probably. We in the digital age now.
Right.
All right. So what's up?
Coronavirus.
What's up with your man Lil
no, I
Wayne,
was
dog?
confused for a minute. I was like, where the fuck is my ticket?
You-
What,
No
right?
coins.
said-
No coins.
Sorry.
I said, what's up with your man Lil Wayne? They say after the Trump thing, he lost his girl. She said that was the last straw for her.
Look, Naomi and Lana gonna have to answer that one for you. 'Cause they stand him.
I'm like, I did
I don't
say that.
stand
I'm like,
Lil
I
Wayne.
think I stand Lil
He
Wayne
is
more.
cold, but I don't stand.
Naomi is the one that got to discuss this one.
I'm like, I actually, when he did that Trump shit, I actually blocked that out of my memory, so I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm
Hilarious.
just gonna ignore that
You
shit.
Yeah.
Ask that
You know
shit.
me, look, I'm gonna ignore. But I LOL when I seen that shit about his girl.
But you know what? This is not the first
He
time.
said,
something
you a
happened
dumb
like-
motherfucker and I'm leaving.
I don't remember what happened before, but a couple of years ago, he made some crazy
Some statements about
statement.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to where his daughter was coming out and saying, "Everybody relax." Like he don't even be out in the world like that. It's like nah.
People like to see this show.
Nah, I seen that shit and I'm just like, okay, for one, I know ignorant ass niggas in real life. Like, so it doesn't surprise me when, a rapper is an ignorant ass nigga. Like, just because this nigga is a rapper, that does not mean he fucking politically conscious or is somebody that you should be listening to or taking direction from. Like, this is literally a nigga who just got a platform because he can rap good. Like, but that don't mean you need to fucking
So do you think
respect
we're
that
too
shit. Like,
hard?
Wayne,
Are
I'm
we
gonna
too hard on our
consult
public
that nigga on some
figures
rap
as a
shit.
black community?
We can
Are we too hard
consult
on?
Wayne.
Are we too
Let's
hard on?
consult Wayne on some rap shit.
I was saying,
That's
so
it.
are we too hard on our public figures in the black community? Because at the end of the day, how are they even qualified? Why would we expect them to know?
Yeah,
or say,
see,
so are
yes,
we
I
too hard
think
on
we
them
are
because
too
we're
hard
trying
on
to
them.
cancel them for some shit that they really don't even know about in the first place? It's not why we even fucked with them anyway. But at the same time, we are in such a vulnerable place of continuous growth that we don't need our public figures throwing salt in the game and throwing water in the game. If you don't know, then just that's fine.
Exactly.
Just sit down.
And I
Be
think that's what
quiet.
everyone really had the issue with. It's not even just that. It's the fact of the matter is that we can literally see that they're using y'all as pawns to try and play the game that they're trying to win. You know what I'm saying? It's sadly, a lot of the younger generation are influenced by famous people, and it's they sitting here pulling all these rappers out the woodwork because they think it's gonna relate to the black community, and it's insulting. What the fuck? And then just the fact of the matter is that y'all are going through with it, not understanding the bigger picture. It's come on, you gotta have some more sense than that. You gotta know what the fuck is going on. If I can even know what the fuck is going on, and I really don't jump into politics at all. I don't deal with none of that shit at all. I don't like it, but I at least know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Little things that they gonna do to try and get the people to be on their side. Even just with him, that COVID shit. He didn't have fucking COVID. I know he didn't have COVID, bro. And
I
then
forgot
when he about, oh yeah, I'm doing great. 2 days.
That was
off.
last week.
Bitch.
Two
Like straight up, y'all are using this shit as a sympathy. Y'all are trying to get us to sympathize for him. Like, oh, he's sick. Da, da, da. No, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Honestly, I don't. And that's what it has to come down to. Like, we gotta open our fucking eyes and understand how these white people move in. And I think that's what enrages the black community whenever it comes to things like that. It's just like, come on, bro. Like, we're actually trying. We're out here on social media pushing this and the third. Other famous people are doing the same thing. But you want to sit and play the ignorant card. It's like, no, like, just be quiet. Just stay to yourself. Keep that shit to yourself. If you don't know what the fuck is going on, that's fine. But don't sit and try to use your platform to weigh it out and be like, oh, well, we're gonna lean this way, because that's not.
I don't think it's like as much ignorance as you would think, as it seems. I feel like that Trump check talk.
That's what I was just about to say.
That man, that's like, bro, like, come on, we gotta be better than that. Like,
that Trump check doesn't talk. That Trump check probably.
No, but he was like,
probably don't even talk. He probably
anyway.
And I know, I seen somebody that they was talking about, who was it that said something about Lil Wayne after that shit? They was like, oh yeah, I don't want to be taxed. But he didn't seem to have no issues with it when Birdman was doing it to him for years and da da da. I was like, damn.
That's fucked up.
No, but it's like I said, I mean, personally, I'm not influenced by celebrities. Like, I can see through a lot of shit because I genuinely just don't care enough about things that people care too much for, I feel like. Mm-hmm. But like in today's times, like, people are so pressed about what a celebrity's doing, what they're not doing. And it's like, bro, why the fuck are y'all so adamant that has to be something to even matter? Like, what matters is us as a community working towards that shit. But it has to be, oh, well, what's so-and-so been doing? We haven't heard from them. Like, bitch, why does it matter? Like, and that's why I feel like it's insulting to have to pull, these rapper artists to try to appeal to the black community. But at the same time, it's sad on our part because there are people that are influenced by that. And are just like, oh, well, I seen Lil Wayne, like, or I seen Lil Pump, whatever the fuck. God damn, bro, this I hate it here.
No, you right though, Mo, because I don't hear the white community when some shit happens say, let's go talk to Tim McGraw. Let's see what the fuck he has to say about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody gives a fuck what Tim McGraw.
Because they don't have to move like that. They have systems in place to where they don't even have to think about this kind of shit. When they walk in, their whiteness is already spoken for.
And part of that system
there was a
to the black community and the way that they think that we will.
Whatever that Lynch
that's the thing. That's another thing too.
The Lynch papers. There was people that had this type of energy back then for them. Like, when this was all first being established, that energy was there. So like and there was people with the platforms. It was the bigger people. It was like the giant people who were establishing the entire country at that point, who had that energy for them. So like that's why at this point, the only figures of like the black community, it's not like, unfortunately, it's not like the black teachers, it's not the black doctors, it's not anyone who's dealing with the youth. It's genuinely like the people who are affecting the masses that represent black anything across like the world for America. And so that's why we ended up looking at them, because we look at them all the time anyway. So people end up saying, okay, you're up there, like, come on, you have to represent, because that's just where we're at this point. And it's like using what you got to get where you want at this point.
Shout out to Players
Club.
But
I think it's definitely a two-faced thing, because I'm like, you can't push somebody to be a certain way. Like, yes, everybody needs to be awoken on their own time, and I think a lot of celebrities have had a wake-up call, because at the end of the day, like I said, niggas be ignorant as fuck. Like, like, they literally just got famous. That did not change their mind. That did not change their education. They have not gone to college. Like, in colleges, they literally get awoken to so much shit. Because you only can know so much. Like, if you don't even know this shit exists, how the fuck are you supposed to, like, come into some consciousness? Like, that's literally, like, I found that shit in college. Like, I did not find that shit in high school. Like, it's so much shit that's kept from us. Like you said, it's a whole bunch of systems. And that shit gets really scary, too. When you are, like, because when you think about Colin Kaepernick, I won't forget, I was taking race and sports. I'm an African-American studies minor. I was taking race and sports, and so I was learning about, just black people and their experiences in sports. And I remember it's around that time, like, it was, we didn't know if Colin Kaepernick was going to get picked up. And I remember asking my professor, I was like, you think he getting blackballed? And he was like, I don't know, it's too soon to see. And what happened to that nigga? He got motherfucking blackballed. Like, Like literally, and that was a consequence. That was a consequence of fighting for our shit, and he's okay with that because he made that choice. But he was there to make that choice, and I definitely just don't feel like we should just push that shit on them. Like, but of course, you know, they are
it's
the
like,
ones.
it's a problem. Like, it's just like, I don't want to say pushing on people because you don't look to you don't look to anybody that's not, like, you don't look to Lil Yachty to represent you in any type of way like that. Like, you don't look to anybody that obviously is ignorant to say, hey, step up. That's dumb.
Wait, why Lil Yachty gotta be ignorant?
Well, I'm not saying that he's ignorant, but he's not politically active. You don't look to him to say, hey, speak up, like, at all. But I'm just saying, I should probably say politically inactive. Like, you don't look to someone like that to, like, speak for you, but the ones that are speaking, you definitely are gonna have something to say if it's left or right, because it's like they are saying something. So that's the thing. But then also, with the Colin Kaepernick thing, you have to look at the establishment. Like, it's not surprising. I would be surprised if this was the NBA and then they were blackballing, like, a LeBron, because Kaepernick is, like, especially at that time, was like a fucking LeBron. Like, he was a giant. And it's just insane that that's the approach that they took, but it's the NFL. So that's why I want people to be able to realize, like, wait, how much should I support this establishment? Because look how they're moving. Because black people don't have that thought. It doesn't seem like, I feel like people.
Black people could not boycott the NFL. I was like, y'all, what happened? I thought we weren't watching the games. Y'all, I'm like, I don't watch football anyway. I'm like, so I'm boycotted. I don't watch it.
Goes so dangerous in my head, bro. Like, they fuck up so many players and, like, then leave them, like, with not their worth. And then, like, look what's happening to Kaepernick when he's speaking on, like, hey, you guys, this is what's happening in my community. And, like, they're like, fuck your community.
All he did was kneel. And all he did was kneel. He wasn't even fucking, like, purposely, like, fucking up white players. Like, that nigga just kneeled.
But hold on, can I say this real quick? Because I'll forget. Because I'm drinking and shit, fucking with Mo, taking shots. Before I forget, my problem with let me go back to Lil Wayne for a second. Because here's an issue. Here's an issue for all my brothers out there. Listen, I don't know how much he liked, loved, whatever this young lady he had been with. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck.
That was his fiance or some shit.
Yeah, but you know, he might have still had a girlfriend on the side. I don't know, right?
Of course.
But my thing is,
she can't do it no more.
You can't be out here fucking up pussy over politics. That's just you know, these kids on live. God damn it. No, you got to be. Listen, I'm not finna be out here on. Listen, bro. If I got some nice at home, it's taking a. Listen, to Lionel's point, the bag may have been good, right? And you know, trust me, Wayne can get another female, right? But I'm just talking about just like a regular brother. Like, listen, fam, if you want to be MAGA on the low. You know what I'm saying? Because like you can't get this wop. Maybe she got it. I don't know how you moving out here, but personally, me. Listen, dog, that presidential shit ain't gonna be that deep. That shit ain't gonna affect my life that much, nigga, to fuck up some in-house. Not some in-house.
Like, you know, like, okay, I need you. It's like, he's looking at himself as though, like, this is gonna be great for my establishment. You're not the bag for me. Like, that's what that, because who knows, like, the story that the, like, blogs run is that she's, like, leaving him because it's a political move, which obviously is because everyone is, like, pushing Biden right now at this point. But who knows what that conversation was like for them in the actuality. She's like, don't do this, it's not a good idea. And he's like, fuck you, like, I'm doing it. So he could probably not even give a fuck and just be, like, you know, doing his own thing.
I don't think he gives a fuck.
No, I had seen something that said he responded, and I should have looked at it, but they said cryptically responded. And I should have looked at it. I'm like, maybe, let me see if I can find it.
I've never heard that, like, an encrypted response.
So I feel like he must have just posted some shit.
Yeah. Would y'all be able
trying to decipher?
Pain.
Would y'all?
Is it like that, like, blind thing? It's like with the dots where you like.
Hilarious, Lionel. What the fuck? What the fuck? But no, listen, no. Could y'all fuck with somebody who was on some different political shit, like the totally different spectrum from you?
Totally different spectrum. So they're racist. No.
I'm like, no, not at this point. Not at this point.
Literally, because that would be the total. No.
So
I'm like,
I'm gonna be like, look, I lived through 2020. Like, there's things that you literally can't tell me, and I'm gonna just not be with it because there's just so much this year that it's like.
I lived through
I
2020.
feel like a lot of us, our eyes are just open to a lot of shit that it really does affect our, not all of us, but some of our relationships when it comes down to it. Like, so, nah, fuck no. At this point, if you even say something, I've already deleted quite a few people from, I think it was like Facebook. So this guy he posted all the new masks he got for Trump 2020. I said, oh, bet. Delete. Fuck out of here. Because I don't want to see that shit.
Keep it
and
coming.
it's because that's actually somebody who recently just posted that he was, he had his first experience of like being around white people and they were just like being so racist towards him, calling him a nigger, doing all kinds of shit. Like, and I'm like, so, but he's with a white woman. And he's sitting there supporting Trump. I was like, well, I mean, you kind of be asking for it. Like,
It's like brace yourself at that point.
yeah, I'm like, nigga, like, I definitely don't want to see this shit. So you
Like you want that smoke, it's just a matter of time.
And if the fact is that those type of people, you know, especially within like people from the black community, is like they really think that these people got them. Like these people care about them, and it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that's
Like,
it.
that's the first mistake right there.
Like, where the fuck have you been? Because I can
For
say
real?
that's not what it is.
But
you know
should
what I'm
that
saying?
make
That's why-
okay? I know right now it's a little bit different because Trump can be so polarizing, but should that make that big of a difference in your relationship that somebody has a different political leaning than you do? In normal times.
No, I'm like,
I guess depending on who you
niggas
are.
who ain't that political.
Yeah, because some people probably wouldn't even care much to feel any kind of way. So like they would be like, I don't care what she think. And I could see that.
I
But
mean,
then-
I can see that too, but I think whenever it comes down to it, whenever you do have different political views, it's like there are going to be some differences in what your beliefs are at that point too. So you have to understand that. Like when it comes down to the conversation that's been on Twitter a lot, when it comes to abortion, like
Yeah.
if it's somebody that's just straight pro-life, we know women don't need to be da da da. I'm sorry, I couldn't be with a person like that because I am personally pro-choice, and I don't believe that anybody is that's sitting there telling women that they need to have a baby because they got pregnant and making all these excuses about why they shouldn't abort it. Like that for me personally is something that I couldn't agree with, and I don't know how that person will get along when it comes to those types of views. Like maybe will I be able to overlook it? I don't know, because I've had my own personal and friendship experiences that I've actually either like, you know, firsthand experience or secondhand experience when it comes to different things, and it's like that's the reason why it molds my views the way that they are. So it's like, I don't know. That's very tricky because it's like something like that is very touchy for me personally. Like people are sitting and making the argument that it's like, oh, you know, you can do adoption, y'all can do this and the third. I'm like, y'all say it like it's just so easy. Like that shit is just so easy for women to do.
To
and
carry,
it's not.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That shit is not easy.
Have a baby in your stomach for 9
yeah,
months.
I know.
9 months,
Way, bro, y'all act like that shit is just so. And then these people that are sitting there talking about adoption are people that don't adopt. People that aren't gonna go and adopt these children. So it's like, come on, these kids are sitting in these foster homes and shit, like not being with a family. So it's like, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like for me, I just really feel like personally in that kind of category, I don't think we get along, because if it ever came to a situation like that, I'm gonna be like, nigga, like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I feel like, especially when it's for a woman coming from a man, trying to tell a woman what she needs to do with her body and how it should be, da da da. Especially if you're bringing it into, you know, things with like religion and you're trying to tie it with that. That's when I really don't be wanting to hear it, because it's so much deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? There's so much more to it, and people that haven't had those experiences can easily say, yeah, you should just keep it, but let you be the one that goes through some shit, and you're gonna wanna explore that option. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that shit's real. Like
the option literally just needs to be open, and it's not our business. So yeah, from that standpoint, I could see how like political views could or you know, political party affiliation, whatever, can have an effect on how you feel about a person, because like that shit, like, it's gonna come down to some shit like that. Like, okay, who are you and what's important to you, and like, what do you feel? And if that shit's not matching up, like, yeah, so.
But different religions come together in day, and like they end up making that work and like celebrating both the holidays. So I'm sure it could be done, but like That's why
It could be done if
it
shit
depends
if
on the
they just
person.
come from the same accord.
Independent on the people that are in that shit. But for me, honestly, I just feel like I'm probably way too passionate. Like the other person will probably feel like, okay, now you're stepping on my toes. Like I'm starting to feel away because I feel how I feel. And, like it's so big and like it's just it is what it is. So it's not really like any type of compromise on this. I'm not compromising here, especially because what the fuck? No, this is in terms of black people. So no, there's no compromise.
And apparently,
so that's why
just to give a
That's why I'm thinking like, because if you're just with a black person, because that's literally all the things I'm thinking about. Like, if you're already with a person of your own race, that's why I won't. I don't fuck with the interracial.
Well, it's relative, yeah.
just to give a quick update. Just hold on, let me give a quick update real quick on Georgia. If you're watching, you want to get a quick update live on Georgia.
Okay, what's up?
So, first of all, Trump is already suing Georgia right now, so it's hilarious.
Yeah,
He's leading in Georgia right now, technically, but he's already suing them. He's up like 30,000 votes in Georgia. They're saying that it's a little over 90,000 votes still to count. Most of it is skewing heavily for Biden. So, with those, depending on what the margins are, could be potentially a narrow, very, very narrow win for Biden.
Seen it was changing.
Yeah, it's going to be, listen, no matter who wins Georgia, it's going to be a very narrow win in Georgia. With Trump has a 30,000 vote lead, 90,000 remaining. If Biden wins
Why are you doing them? What's that about?
he's suing everybody. He's suing Georgia. He's suing Arizona.
He said, stop counting.
Yeah, he's
Stop
suing
counting.
Pennsylvania. He's suing everybody. He wants to sue everybody.
Still no counting?
Yeah, he's suing motherfucker. He putting cases on all you bitches. He putting cases on y'all.
He said, I'm a sign this. I'm a sign this shit myself.
He is being such a crybaby, bro. He is like really, really bothered. He is shook. He's like on edge right now, and it just really goes to show like just genuinely the type of person that he is. Because it's like, bro, you're already talking about suing for literally, and talking about it's fraudulent for literally mail-in ballots that people count for. So what the fuck? He sat there just because you told all your supporters not to vote through the mail doesn't mean there wasn't going to be none through the mail. Like,
That's
and
what I
that's
saw
what
a
I'm
tweet
saying.
from
Now he's turning it around and talking about that we doing it wrong. Like, bitch.
No, I saw a tweet that was obviously like
I can't
Democrats.
stand
I'm
him.
lit about Georgia.
Like obviously Democrats took COVID more seriously, especially like older Democrats, so they were mailing their shit in. So obviously it's more Democratic votes that are coming in through the mail-in option because Republicans have been fighting to not have their mask on and like
Bro, and the thing is,
and, like, fighting
what's
for
crazy is that like it's literally the well, from what I've seen on like social media and in real life and shit, it's those Trump supporter types that are sitting there. I don't need to do this, and I don't need to do that. I'm like, y'all would honestly, the fact of the matter is that y'all are contradicting yourselves because you're supporting a man that didn't even alert the fucking country for some time just because he didn't want to cause a panic, but he's literally a main reason why we're in this predicament now. He's the reason why we still have to wear masks in November. And that's why I don't understand. Like, I watched that video of, like, them interviewing Trump supporters. And, bro, they literally have no, like, logic or, like, backing behind the things that they believe. And it's like, damn, like, they are really dumb. And it's
they
like,
are dumb.
oh, my gosh. These are the people
because
who
Trump,
are
anybody
supposed
have
to
to
be
do
superior. Fuck that.
But the only thing that they have in common is like whatever they dislike and whatever they despise. It's not like they're coming together over some intelligent shit. They're coming together over some what the fuck. These niggas, these Mexicans, whatever the fuck.
One girl, she was like, I swear, Obama he's a terrorist and no one can tell me different. And the guy was like, so what proof do you have? Like, what is that coming?
Why are you still talking about Obama? Why are you?
Yes, and she was like, I don't have any proof. I just think he's a terrorist. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, goddamn, y'all are literally wasted matter. That's why I be feeling like y'all are literally wasted matter. Y'all don't need to get the fuck. Like, why are y'all here? God damn, but I mean, at the same time, if there wasn't no bad people, I guess we couldn't have good people. But, bro, oh my gosh, I'm just like exhausted from all of the media coverage and just like this week is exhausting. I'm like, I'm ready for this shit to be over with, honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot right now, man.
That's one thing I was thinking. Shit was gonna be over.
Last night.
Exactly. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what is going on here? Because how are we still here?
Yeah, this shit. They're saying.
I was thinking maybe they're doing this and like not wanting to give the results last night because they don't want the country to like wild out tonight. That's what I was thinking last night.
No, but here's okay, but here's the deal though. Here's the deal though, Lionel. They talking about that like some places might not be finished until Friday, so they're gonna let everybody wild out. They gonna let people wild out over the weekend.
I know that was my theory last night. That was just my theory last night initially, because like people were boarding stuff up and like people were so focused on the reaction to the results. So I was thinking, are they doing this to soften the blow? At this point, I'm not really having that thought as much, which it could still be a thing. Like they could definitely be thinking, okay, let's do it, and it could be to like, yeah, we want our people. They could know already, like Trump was. Who knows? And we want them to fuck shit up this weekend. We want everybody to be off. And we want our motherfucking niggas ready for war. Who knows? But,
Yeah.
you know, I'll be thinking all the fucking options through. I'm thinking it's fine. But don't listen to me, y'all.
Yeah, she's going. So somebody jumped in the chat. They said that he told everybody to vote in person and by mail. Somebody else said that he's suing no strings attached. Yeah, he is. He might. Shit, he's suing everybody else in this bitch. My man said no shots until Biden gets 270. Hilarious.
I need something to take the extra.
I'm not that connected. We don't got no strings attached.
If he wins, I'm calling in tomorrow.
Hilarious.
Cause we getting fucked up.
I'm sorry, I can't come to work.
Right, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where you at, Monique? I'm your manager. Where you at?
Like me working from home, they're gonna be like, bitch, you're already at home. Just log in.
Nah, for real. That's what I be thinking.
Naomi, whatever.
Okay, you got me. I'm just not coming. Look, if I got my time, one of my managers taught me that a long time ago, and I live by that shit. She was like, "It's your time. You better use it." I'm like, "Oh,
You right?
you
I mean,
right,
it's my time.
like, motherfucker. I got the
It's my
time
time.
right there."
I used
I
to
got
always
the
use the
motherfucking
time when I
time
had
right
to
there.
for real.
Time and then some. I actually ain't giving me enough time. How about that?
Yeah. So yeah, man. All right, let's get ready to get the fuck up out of here, man, because this shit is still going. They talking about that Arizona's getting tighter now. They talking about Georgia might not finish until like 3 a.m. We ain't gonna know who the president is until probably next week.
Tomorrow.
I think next week.
Nevada didn't come in, did they?
No.
They said they weren't gonna be done till tomorrow.
Till in the morning. Yeah, Nevada's coming in sometime tomorrow morning.
We'll see how the morning go.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's looking pretty good. I'm like, because if he went Nevada, that's it. But I'm like, if he was to flip Georgia, that shit would just be wild in itself. Like, and he get Georgia because then he's just
Yeah.
show.
Georgia.
They said Donald
He's
Trump-
for show there. Because
They
he's
said
at
Donald Trump is
264
quicker.
electoral college.
Yeah, but they're saying now though that but the 264 is counting Arizona, and they're saying now that Arizona might be back in play for Trump. So
Oh, shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I seen it was only like an 8,000.
Yeah,
it was only
so-
an 8,000 vote difference.
listen, shit's gonna be back and forth all night, man. They just need to count the votes, man. It was you know.
Somebody hit
They said Donald Trump is moving quicker to stop ballot counting than he did to stop COVID deaths.
Hilarious,
And not
by
to
the way.
mention, his ass was like fraudulent in the 2016 election. He don't need to be suing nobody. Like,
Literally.
like the
And
lawsuits
he's
that
up for
their
impeachment.
way.
It's like, bro, fuck him.
Like,
That
this
nigga
is
just
worse.
used to sneak away.
I know. Like, come on. You got lawsuits already coming your way. Worry about those. Are you trying
And
to
look, and that's what they were saying. They were like, he know if he not president no more, he going to jail. Like, that nigga trying to get away from them charges, boy. He's
Yo,
saying
that's-
immunity.
Yeah, Trump needs his ass whooped too.
Damn, whoa, hold on, Jesus, hold on. Let's okay, we out. We can't even talk about whooping the president's ass. Shit. God damn, you trying to
He
get
does need his ass whooped.
you trying to get somebody to show up at your house. God damn. Shit, let me hold on. We don't support any of those. No, but shout out to what my man said here in the chat. He said Cash gonna be in the club partying on the weekend. Cash might be in the club this weekend. Shout out to my man Cash out there in the DFW. But yeah, man, I'm gonna get back to watching this goddamn election. We gonna see what the fuck happens. Shit. Here's what I'm disappointed about: that the Senate race is really, the Republicans still controlling the House there. I thought people had some chances to flip those, but we'll see what happens though moving forward, man. I enjoy this shit. I like fucking politics like that. So this shit is all fun for me. The fun part, the best part for me happens after the election when all the data comes in so I can see how the counties voted. I was disappointed in Harris County this year down there in Houston. Super disappointed in Harris County.
No, look, because I follow Sylvester, our mayor, Sylvester
Shout out
Turner.
Sylvester.
I follow him on Twitter, and I swear I be ready to like square up with all the whites in his comments. Like, I be like, look, Houston is not as progressive as these motherfuckers be wanting you to think. Like,
Yeah.
these white people in his comments be so hot, and it's literally just off the fact he a black mayor. Like, they do not fuck with that shit. They do not fuck with him, and I'm just like, y'all got my nigga fucked up.
There's a lot of slavery.
Y'all gonna back down, like, y'all just being literally angry and racist. Like, get the fuck on, bro.
There's a lot of plantation money still in Houston.
Bro, Sugarland was literally a fucking sugar plantation.
It's a lot.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if y'all.
There's some hood niggas out there, that's true, but it's no Atlanta at this point. Like, it's still a lot of hood niggas. I mean, it's a lot of plantation money out there.
Bro, and I need this shit to come to an end because I'm tired of niggas online trying to talk about politics and they don't know what they talking about.
Yeah, you see, this is the time where you get like these shade tree ass niggas who don't know shit, and
No,
they just
look, I just came across a tweet.
some goofy shit.
Said, Biden taking away the second constitution. That's the right to have firearms. Do y'all even know? And then no is spelled N-O. Do y'all even know what it stands for? And someone was like, the second constitution.
Nah, like, just be quiet.
You see?
And then somebody
Just
else
be
quoted it.
quiet.
They said, motherfuckers trying to talk politics but had a 55 in social studies. Damn it.
Yeah, this nigga here. See, that's the
Bro.
type of motherfuckers right there that kill me, right?
They're gonna take away the second constitution, y'all. Y'all better
Yeah.
get ready.
That nigga must live in Oregon. He on these psychedelics right now. That nigga's on the bull. Hey, just to recap, everybody who just joined us, we talked about how this election, drugs won heavy this election. Three states, Arizona, New Jersey, and South Dakota, they all legalized recreational marijuana. DC legalized psychedelics, so you can get your fucking mushrooms popping in DC. And Oregon took it a step further. Oregon legalized small amounts of drugs.
Hard drugs.
Nigga, that's it. Small amounts of drugs. So listen, if you want to do a little bit of crack, maybe Oregon is the spot for you. If you into just
That's
doing
definitely fire.
I'm telling you.
Every
Niggas
time I
will be
think of
crack
like
forever.
Portland,
If
I
niggas are doing
Austin,
crack,
but
they not thinking about location. That shit is not me. They not thinking about going on a trip. They is doing that shit in a city so they can spend as much money on crack as they need to.
But maybe they should
Just imagine, Naomi, when the city is telling them, okay, you can have a little bit. That ain't no problem. Just imagine when the city is telling them that.
Like, I feel like niggas is
Because
not
niggas already
thinking
kind of
that
wild
far
now,
ahead
and
on
this shit
their
is all the
drugs.
way illegal. So when the city is telling them, go ahead, just a little bit, go ahead, let me see it. Then they really gonna start wilding. We gonna start seeing some
It's
shit.
gonna be great for the motherfuckers already out there doing that shit.
Yeah, they gonna have to
But
do
I don't
something.
know.
I need
if
to
they were
figure out
trying
how-
do drugs. Cause I'm like, nigga, cause we
No,
already.
man, we cannot crack as society comfortable.
Huh?
Crackheads need to be on the edge a little bit. We can't have them out here comfortable because that's
They
just
do
equal to
not
holding
be on the edge
society.
like that. They tweaking off them drugs. They ate on the edge. Them niggas walking around off the shit.
Leave them niggas the fuck over there. Listen, shout out to Oregon. I like Oregon. I've been there a couple times, but small amounts of drugs? Jesus Christ. Okay.
They
Hey
wild.
man.
Okay.
Nah, it's good for them, you know. Good for the drug dealers for sure. You know, they got transport shit. I don't know how much it is, but
Jesus Christ.
hey,
I don't want people who
the
do.
drug dealers, the real winners.
Listen,
They the real winners.
I don't want the cops to let people go in my neighborhood if they got a little bit of heroin on them. Like, I'm cool on niggas doing heroin. Like, what the
They
fuck?
already got it there. You just don't
I-
know.
No. I didn't say
like,
that.
if they is on that shit, if they would do that shit while it's like
N-
criminalized, they already
No.
off the shit.
I'm not saying that they not doing it. I'm saying I want the cops to take their ass to jail if they catch them doing it. God damn.
But why though? But why would
Fuck you
have to
mean
do
why,
that?
nigga? This nigga's doing heroin.
Maybe we need to get to the bottom of the reason. 'cause
Hey,
it's like, damn, we're
talk
all
to the
talking
nigga when he
about
in
that.
jail.
Why are you doing this drug? Let's talk about. Let's work it out.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
I agree.
Bad drug, Naomi, it fucks you up.
I agree.
Exactly, but goddamn, think about Ray Charles. That nigga just got roped into the shit. Like,
Yeah, listen. I agree with you, Naomi. They
because
should.
I had missed out on y'all the rest of y'all conversation because I was thinking like, think of like how this would have helped shit or how shit would have went so differently if this would have been what it was like when the fucking crack epidemic hit for fucking black people. So I don't know. And like you were saying, they were only doing that shit because it's white people, but I'm sure it's black people in Oregon. Maybe I don't know.
I'm super I mean, not desensitized. I'm not sensitive enough to these things. I'm too sensitive to like those kind of drugs because when I hear that, that just makes me think crazy shit. Like I just think like, wow, like I feel like that don't need no part of society because then we would have.
But look, and I think you're overstating it because I think drugs are like a regular occurrence because there definitely are heroin addicts who are like functioning. There are functioning crack addicts.
I wouldn't mind mushrooms. I wouldn't mind psychedelics. I wouldn't mind even maybe like. I
think that's just all stigma. That's literally all stigma that they created to make you look at drugs that way. Because even think about it.
Hold on, what?
No, Naomi, because if there's something that you don't do for a while, and then you start puking or you start having like physical withdrawals, that's a motherfucking problem. I'm just on the side of nature, okay? I'm only rolling with the shit that's natural.
Yo.
And if you are not doing something that you're used to and it's making you react to the point that you're sick and like physically like
Naomi
like,
gotta react. Naomi gotta relax. She gotta relax with that.
Your body
you
don't need to be on that shit.
No,
that's
nigga.
It's trying to tell you that you don't need to be on this shit.
Yeah, your body's saying don't do this shit, run, leave it alone. Like you
Hey,
gotta
listen.
I mean, look at.
But how can they listen? They're fucked up off drugs.
Hey, listen, hold on.
They will be able to see that once they're clear of mind.
I'm with. See, I agree with you.
We help them. We can be the ones to listen, but we don't say let's listen by making this a little bit.
Yeah, by letting them go home. Hell no.
It's not by
we're still
letting
responsible
them
to say,
go
hey, you guys, no, this is a little crazy. This is harming you. Like this is actually fucking your body up.
I
Like, we
think
got to
they
say that.
will have that shit. Like, y'all are thinking that it's just gonna be a slap on the wrist. Like, I wish it was that easy with weed. Just let me drive off. Oh, I had 3 ounces. Oh, just let me drive off. But that's not just how that shit goes. You're just not going to prison and getting fucked up because you have no money. And so you're fucking stuck in fucking jail without even seeing a fucking judge. Because it's like the justice system already fucked up. And it's like, boom, like, circumstances happen. Like, people can't have drugs on them. And like I'm saying, niggas can be selling drugs. And they got that shit and they're fucking going to jail for that shit. You know, and it's fucking up their lives. Like, because we know how the fucking having a record will fuck up your life for the rest of your fucking life. You get caught with a little bit of shit. You with somebody who got some shit and you going down for that shit.
But that's it.
Like,
but isn't that a chance you taking, though, Naomi?
That
though?
is a chance you take.
It is a chance you're taking, but I'm just
Even
saying,
with alcohol,
shit fucking happens.
That's like if you drink and drive and say, oh my God, no, this is what I was going through. This is why I was drinking. That don't fucking matter. Okay? Because at the end of the day, you drank and drunk. You know, you need some.
But they weren't on drugs and drive. They just had that shit. They just had that shit.
Hey, listen, I hear
You
you.
know, I mean, it takes a lot to like actually.
Like, I feel like you're
Like,
just having
especially with,
stigma
like,
about these drugs and you're being like so harsh on motherfuckers for doing drugs.
For doing
Let me be
crack,
clear, I'm
Naomi?
not being harsh. Generally, like, let me just be harsh. I'm only responding to the fact that there are places that are now trying to enable like drug use. Not
But
only
why
like,
does it have to be enabling? Maybe it's like, let's not fuck up these niggas' lives more. Let's try to help them out. Like, I feel like you're dehumanizing them because they're using drugs.
I don't think I'm dehumanizing it.
Because you're saying you're like they should go to jail because they
I don't
use
think they
drugs.
should go to jail.
They didn't even do nothing. Like, okay,
This sends a
maybe
message.
they were on drugs and they robbed the store and shot 2 motherfuckers. Yes, they should go to jail because they kill people. Like, but they hurt.
Hold on, Naomi. I don't want to. I don't want to let.
I don't know, it just kind of sends a message to me. Like, that's the thing. That's my concern.
But at the end of the day, if you're on those types of drugs, those messages don't matter. You're already doing illegal shit. Niggas is already doing this shit illegally and locking them up and helping.
Okay,
It's
so
not
now
helping the
what?
problem.
So now the kids.
It's not
So now
changing.
18-year-olds are seeing this on the ballot. So now 18-year-olds will grow like little kids.
So you think
15 will see this shit and say that, oh, this isn't so criminalized. Oh, this isn't such a bad thing. It's just like I don't like that.
So you think if you were in Oregon, a regular guy, living, you smoke a little weed and shit, and you see that heroin is now decriminalized. You think you're gonna be like, you know what? I think I'm finally gonna go try some heroin. I ain't even gonna get in as much trouble for this.
I'm not swayed that way. I'm not that kind of person.
No, but
there
I'm
are people
saying
like
if a
that.
motherfucker
There
gonna
are
do
people
heroin,
like that.
they're gonna do that shit.
There are people like that, and there are people that are recovering, and like that's gonna be like, oh shit, maybe I could do this now. Like that's just like I'm not that kind of a person. Like, but there are people that are like that are gonna say, oh, hey, maybe I can try this now. Maybe the government is saying this because it's not such a bad thing. And it's just like that's why I'm concerned. My concern is the message, not anything with drug dealers. I don't care. Like I have nothing personally with anybody that's drugs. I'm just only thinking about the message that is being sent from the damn government, from the top to the bottom, like from the top all the way through. That's
I don't know if I'm ever gonna be in Oregon, so y'all keep that shit out there.
But it's not gonna just be Oregon.
That shit is right down the
like
street
just like
from you.
weed, it wasn't just in California at first. Like that's the thing. It's not gonna. Oregon is like Austin of like the country. Oregon is extremely like
Well, I don't
progressive.
like Austin either, so
But I'm just saying, like they don't just represent themselves. That's they are just kind of forward. So that's why I'm concerned with the message, because that's a sign. It seems like that's what's to come. It's not gonna just be Oregon. Trust me. People are gonna start. You're gonna start to see this shit trickle down, just like the same thing's happening with weed. Like it wasn't just Cali. Niggas start to say, okay, recreational.
I don't
Niggas are
know.
gonna start saying, okay, heroin.
There are certain things that can definitely be normalized.
It's never gonna be recreational though, Lionel. It's a different. Like I don't think they would ever just make like all that shit recreational. Even though a lot of those drugs are recreational in Amsterdam, but I'm like, where did Lionel go?
I don't
That
know.
nigga Lionel said he went to go do some heroin. Listen, man. Listen, man. No, listen. I feel you though, Naomi. We should, but like, I don't know what Oregon has in place to get these people help. I just,
I will definitely look at this shit. I'm gonna have to look at the articles because I never really read them. I was seeing the titles.
yeah, these niggas decriminalizing small amounts
Hey,
of
shout
drugs.
out to Twitter though, because Twitter's been censoring a lot of this election shit, especially Trump's tweets. His tweets where he's talking about we won and this and the third. Twitter straight blocked that shit and was like, he's basically
False information.
yeah, putting out false information.
Fake news, bitch.
I was so dead. I'm like, wow. I like that Twitter's getting to that little censored type of thing because they don't really censor much. But that type of shit they're starting to do whenever you try to retweet articles without reading them, it'll give you a warning now. Like, it'll be like, oh, so the headlines don't give the whole story, so read the article, basically. Twitter's on some real shit. I fuck with Twitter, but look,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I'm just...
Listen, man, we got a long way to go. We'll figure this shit out, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there, no matter which way you voting, hold on, shit'll get figured out. And let's just move on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like once the shit, the let me end it on this, right? On my look, y'all done ran fucking Lionel said I'm out this bitch. Right? The beautiful thing, right, about our political system, or what should be the beautiful thing about our political system is every 4 years we get to come back and do this again. So if somebody's not doing what you want them to do, if you don't like the person that's in there, you get to come back and do it again. And every 2 years you get to vote again as well to try to flip the House and or the Senate. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll be pushing 30 by then. Shit.
well, goddamn, Mo.
I'm like, goddamn. Just you say it 4 years like it ain't nothing, and it really isn't, because these 4 years went by really quick.
They did go by.
It's just crazy to me that it's just like, damn, like I was really 21 whenever he first got elected into office, and now like with whatever's gonna happen this time, I'm gonna be like 20, turning 29 or almost 30 by the time the next presidential election comes. So I'm like, shit. Hopefully I'll be in another tax bracket by then.
Well, think about it this way though. Kids that were born in 2008, they had no clue that a white person can be president for the first 8 years of their life.
Right.
They were like, hold on, white people can be president? What the fuck?
Right. What the fuck is this?
You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, we get ready to get the fuck up out here. I'm finna go back to watching fucking this political shit, man. I fell asleep to that shit last night. So, you know, Lionel only got pissed off because he want to go do psychedelics. You can only do that